Okay. So, getting a couple things figured out. Getting the stream started. Let me just boot up this machine. Do a little login. Let's see here. We will go to, where are we supposed to go? Let me get on my glove. Yep, let's start up the Clip Studio on the old tablet. Moved a whole bunch of stuff off the tablet again last night, trying to free up some RAM space and everything. Kind of hard to use some of these graphics programs when your computer's all stacked up with files and stuff. I forgot my coffee at the house. I gotta get a better computer setup, or camera setup. Computer setup's pretty good actually, but the camera setup, it's an onboard webcam pointing out from this monitor, and yeah, so I gotta like tilt the monitor and stuff, you know, try to get a decent shot. We'll get all this stuff figured out, you know. Yeah, so my name's Levi Smith. This is my drawing live stream, and here we are today. It's August 12th. This is Phoenix. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and it is humid as shit out here. Super humid. Super fun times. Alright, so this is the thing here. I am going to draw a thing. I don't know what I'm going to draw. We're going to figure that out here in a couple of minutes. Oh, damaged my pen there. Yeah, and then we're going to get on with it. I'm just going to move over to this. You can't see me no more, but you can see the picture, or where the picture is going to be. And then so we'll just kind of like zero in on that. Now, of course, as always, you know, I just like to scribble a circle here, just kind of ruin the canvas here at first. Get that part out of the way so we don't have to worry about messing up. See, we're already messed up. Now, I don't have a real idea of what I'm going to draw today, but I kind of had the thought that, you know, I wanted to do another figure. I wanted to do something a little bit more. I don't know. I don't even know what that means. I know I wanted to do a figure, and so I'm gonna draw a figure here, and then we're gonna go from there. Maybe we won't go with this figure. Maybe we will. We will just see. This is kind of this image that had popped in my head. We're gonna do it all nice and messy. And so I just want to kind of work out, kind of just structure this template, you know, figure out my roughs, my little composition here, and then see what it takes us from here. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing good. I did a little posty thing on the Facebooks, just to let people know. Trying to put these guys out. This is toe side, so we'll do it like that, and a heel. Yeah, so we've got a little motion line in here. We've got this kind of like ascension kind of pose. I don't know. Yeah, thanks, Pete. This is me at the height of my drawing good. You know, this is my challenge mode, right? No idea. Straight from zero, just go. Really see, you know, what can kind of be pulled out of the old backside. Now, okay, so this is about as far as I had in my head when I was trying not to think of something to draw for today. But, man, I don't know. I mean, I've been really getting deep into some sci-fi and stuff lately. Been looking at a lot of robots and everything. Maybe we'll just do something. I already did the robot thing, right? I don't really quite want to do something so repetitive. But maybe we'll do something close here. Let's get rid of that crappy head. This is better, right? That's better. And let's see what we can do just with this form here. Let's bulk it up. Maybe we'll draw like a power suit kind of superhero, a mech kind of Gundam BattleTech kind of thing, as it were. Maybe we can put out something like that. That would be cool. And a lot of that sort of thing, as far as like working like a power suit or a giant robot like Pacific Rim onto a human form. You really just gotta kind of block it out from here. And oh, hey, it's Bethany. There you go. Oh, nice. You got the notifications on. You rang the little bell. That's it's what all them YouTubers and stuff tell you to do. Like, all these things are cubes, and it really helps to kind of solidify that stuff and work off of these, these cardboard box type rectangles. Figuring out where all our center lines are, especially for the ideas of symmetry. I don't think that this arm going behind the back is going to work. So we're going to do something more like this. And I don't know what. Hey, you know what? Here we go. I mean, one of the things, and I talked about this before, it's really important to kind of know what's happening, what the figure is doing, because that's going to give you a lot of information about posing and stuff, and it'll keep things kind of loose, and a little bit more like just believable, Our mind wants to kind of discern action, motive, intent from a figure when we're looking at it. One of our first questions is always, what are they doing? And so that's that's an important thing for being able to read an image and understand what the purpose of it is. Because even though you may not intend a purpose or include a purpose will be defined and assigned. And if you don't give it to the piece or have any clue, then other people can really easily take that over and decide for you. Oh, what up? How's it going, Nate Dogg? Is he flying or getting blowed up? I don't know. I was just talking about that as far as like what's happening here, right? And so I've kind of altered that a little bit. I'm thinking maybe we'll give him like a jetpack or something. Man, I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring that out. I don't think he's getting blowed up, but I think right here we're figuring out some defining points here for this guy. So let's see here. We'll find out together, man. We'll find out together. So I'm thinking he's getting, I don't know, like some action figure pose, kind of, toy gun blaster kind of things going on here in my head. And a lot of this, I mean, is just scribbling. Okay, from here, I think though what's going to be important, let's define some other spaces, some greebly kind of detail here, and we will, we need, there's always, even if you don't put a perspective intentionally, there's always a perspective to things that if you start violating that perspective that you establish, it really just messes things up, so that's important to at least be aware of whatever perspective you're actually adding into a piece, intentionally or unintentionally, because if you start working against that, then and it stands out, it's usually these things that stand out pretty heavily. Let's define a few things here. This heavier line, yeah, it's just going to pop out a whole bunch of stuff and tell us what is going on through this massive mess. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like I'm drawing a little fast today. Don't have all the time in the world to do these things, and man, it's another busy day, another booked out, busy day. So I'm just gonna kind of work this guy. His legs seem kind of stumpy. I don't know. Yeah, part of that is usually these mech suits have like these big giant feet. Have have things flare out here at the ankles. Gives us these big crazy feet, which seem to work better. No doubt. I'll glance up over here. Check out our chats and things. So drop in some of this. Work on this arm here. Of course, still just working on our basic shapes and basic articulation. Not going to get too caught up in the weeds of any details. See, like this perspective of this and then this shoulder is just, it's no good. And so one of the things I think, we look at this line as that cuts through here, and then this line, and that wouldn't actually go parallel, go a little bit narrower. Not a lot though. I mean, it's not like these shoulders are like miles apart. But this, I think, will give us something a bit more that works. A little bit of erasing. Yeah, see, now there's like a shoulder line. Oh, that works so much better. Yeah, so we're going to go off and through here. We're going to do, just going to kind of decide where this Optimus Prime kind of head is kind of going here. I mean, he's not a transformer. It's more like some kind of like 80s poorly remembered BattleTech kind of thing going on here, or maybe even a little bit more like yeah. See, this is, if that's our shoulders, and that should probably be that line there. Even though we've got some curves going on in here for this little bit more like drifty kind of pose. I don't know, maybe he's in outer space or something. Let's come back into here with this now. Now I'm kind of like stuck on this this thick line here. I'm going to move back to this smaller line, especially as I'm working on some of these details. I mean, you can see how much, that those thicker lines just totally overpower the thinner lines, like when you're working on something and blocking it all out. And so that can be really effective, but not if you don't have, those thin lines as a, as that under sketch, that under structure. Kind of getting a little ahead of myself here. Now I'm just gonna draw some bullshitty shapes on this this gun that doesn't even look like I'm gonna fit it. Let's just move things around. Can't do that with a piece of paper. Yeah, we're not gonna shrink anything though. Get this, and and really, I mean, this stage in my mind is way more about the composition, the ideas, being agile with it, being able to change your mind quickly. No commitments, and then that way you can adjust things. You can look at it. You can, in a way, there's like a kind of like a searching that's happening here, and so with that, you can very easily work this out and build it, versus trying to like render it out straight from the get-go. I think I'm gonna have to move that a little bit there, because all the refinement and stuff, all of that's great. But if the foundation is rough, if the proportions are just off, if the posing is off, if there doesn't, if too much doesn't make sense, then all kinds of high-skilled, beautiful rendering and finishing, cross-hatching and stuff like that, it just doesn't seem to matter. It's people don't appreciate that kind of work unless that that composition, that initial composition is there. It's got to pull you in. And then when it pulls you in, then you can come in and appreciate the detail. And that's a thing. I mean, this is stuff. I'm always working with that. I'm always reminding myself of that. I'm always falling short of that. And so it's it's a process. And it's not like you figure it out and you're there and that's it. Like, oh, okay, I've done that. I've drawn that one thing. It's you're never there as an artist. You're just never there. If you get to a point that you dreamed of getting skill-wise or familiarity, the ability to quickly render out something, your vision moves forward. Your wants, your expectations are always moving forward. That's why it's kind of silly to be like holding on to the same kind of dream you had when you were 8, when you're 40, because the dreams that you had when you were 8 were pretty. I mean, they may have been pure in some sense, but that naivety, that understanding of that lack of understanding of some of the costs and prices that one pays just to get there. It's got to change. I mean, it does, right? It modifies itself. When I was 13, I wanted to draw Spider-Man comics. Now, I don't know. I want to draw my own comics versus Spider-Man comics, I love drawing Spider-Man, but that's not the thing anymore, like the ultimate goal. I mean, I would just dream of drawing Amazing Spider-Man and seeing, that comic with my name on it, on the comic racks, in my local comic shop. And I didn't quite get there, but I did make a whole bunch of comics and did get them for sale in local comic shops, and got to see that, and got to see, and sell my comics and stuff. And that was incredible. That was fantastic, and then there's this kind of like, well, now what? And it's like, well, make a living with making comics, and that turned out to be a lot harder than just making a comic. And then so now here I am, a tattoo artist, right? Um, and also, you know, just because how you want something to be, you know, like I don't want to make a Spider-Man comic anymore. You know, I don't have a Spider-Man story in me. I have many other stories that just don't fit in with even like the superhero comic book concept. You know, I like things a little bit. I don't know, like a little bit more. I don't know, like the Guardians of the Galaxy kind of cinematic stuff, a little bit like Lower Decks, something that's a little zany but not too zany, but leaving room for the possibility of that. You know, these are like action figure Transformer guns right here. These are like junk. No highly detailed renderings of true life firearms going on here today, guys. I mean, they fit though, right? I mean, this almost looks like I'm like drawing like a from an action figure or something. Let me glance all over here. We got so little zany left. No doubt, Peter. You know, I think it's good. You know, I think people take things too seriously. I think you know, there's a lot to take seriously. I think that having fun, having that escape, you know, is important. You know, and so, you know, I don't know. I just think it's what I'm into. It's what I want to make. You know, as far as like comic book storytelling, stuff like that. It's you know, just add some levity to the world. Let people know that you know, it's not going to be okay, but that can be okay. You know, embrace your own dark humor and weirdness. I mean, fuck, there ain't nothing better to do, frankly. You know, there really isn't anything better to do for anybody than just, you know, follow that weirdness. You know, as long as you're not hurting people. You know, as long as you're not hurting people. Yeah. So I think from here I can drop this down in opacity, and we can actually kind of get in here and maybe work on some details. You know, let's see what we can do with this head. We know it's now turned, and it's a big mech-style robot head. I'm just going to put this kind of chopped cylinder here. Kind of do like I think I'm just going to rely on like a crappy, basic, I don't know, Ninja Mask shape? Is that what's happening here? I don't know. You know, can always do. Yeah, this is off. Here will be the front plane of our face, right? So this is our 3/4 line. This would come in and out. But then we've got to have a forehead that doesn't look stupid. It's good old classic Appleseed rabbit ears on this guy. This is always a thing, you know. There was an old comic called Prophet that was created by Rob Liefeld, but really made awesome by Stephen Platt. And man, he would put so much greebly junk on his figure work and stuff. It was just fantastic. It was just so awesome. And I just loved it. You know, we're not doing that here. We're just gonna kind of struggle with this face for a bit. And then see what we can do from there. A little glance at my timestamp tells me that, you know, I've been in here about getting close to a half an hour. That's usually the goal. Now if we had one there, yeah, we would have probably. Is that going to make sense antennas really aren't a thing anymore, but I dig them. I don't know, so they tend to add to me a little feel of roboticness. Although in reality, these would all be like completely bent out of shape and stuff, you know. Let's mess around with this. Let's give him some strong neck muscles, because you know people want to see them strong neck muscles in their giant robots. Let's see here. Yeah, so this guy, I mean, it's not an absolute failure here. I mean, I think I got some good shapes going on and stuff. I think this is even something that I could use to even kind of play around with, maybe like a design for some guy like this in a more serious way. One of the things that this is telling me is, man, I gotta study some robots more, some power mechs, some Pacific Rim guy, Jaegers, as it were. But I think I got some, I got some decent shapes going on here with stuff. As I'm going, I'm kind of like trying to visualize like some Transformer shapes, some old Gundam BattleTech type stuff that because I'm not looking at anything, so there's no reference. So I really just got to kind of pull it out of my head and hope my fuzzy, busted ass memory can at least remember some basic shit, like, was it triangular shaped or was it circular shaped? Let's find out. Let's just try. And that's part of this, like keep the pressure low, keep the need for anything to be anything low. Really just let the flow kind of happen. Just go. You spend too much time, navel gazing, and then it just ruins everything. I think that ruins everything. Too much analysis of what you're doing, especially in the moment like this, just ruins it. I mean, it's kind of like this idea, like with writing. You want to just write. You just want to write all your ideas out. You don't want to get in there and worry about the spelling and the grammar and stuff, or if that particular turn of phrase was stupid or clever enough or not. Just get the story out. Don't worry about if you're getting it all out in order. Don't worry about if you're getting things set up properly. Fuck, I don't even think you need to worry about if you're getting everybody's name right yet. You just get the bones down, and then from there you start building it up. Then you start editing. Then you start worrying about the structure. Then you start worrying about you gotta generate the clay before you can sculpt it. And so this is something where, I mean, I can get in here and I can continue to refine it and stuff, and I'd probably end up with something that would be like postable in one of the drawing groups and stuff that I'm on Facebook in. As it is right here, I think we're pretty much at my time limit. And again, man, I mean, just like yesterday, right? Like I could probably spend a couple 5 hours on this guy, and really, get refined into it. Get some ruler straight lines going on here. Pull out a couple of perspective guides and try to make sure that everything is making good sense and stuff. But but this ain't bad. This ain't too embarrassing. And so I think we can kind of just leave it, I guess, at this. No promises that I finish anything. I'm just trying to do it for for a certain amount of time. We'll see how far we get. As things go, I may start going a little bit longer with the streams, maybe just to get more time to draw these things out and stuff. Half an hour is not a lot of time to give oneself, for sure. But you know, I'm digging it. You know, oh, look at this, we got a whole bunch of oh yeah. I haven't really watched any of Orville yet. I've been kind of saving it and stuff. You know. Yeah, Flick cigarettes at supersonic speeds. Sigma. Yeah. Yeah, Nard, you know, working it out and building it up and stuff, and then lightening it up. I mean, on regular paper, you know, I would normally draw all that first stuff as fast as I could, as light as I could, so that I could go in there and get into the heavier stuff and start picking up details and stuff, you know. Biscuits and Bear. Let's go show while I work. Yeah. Thanks, man. You know, doing the thing, trying to make it work, drawing what I can. But I think this is it for today. Let me before I actually full out sign off, I got to go to my end screen, show my face. Yeah. So this turned out pretty cool. This is something, you know, I might actually finish this a little bit, not Monday or anything, because I'm not going to be doing these on Sundays and Saturdays and Sundays. But I might work this up a little bit more later, and maybe do it like on my Patreon, finish it out there, you know, or at least post up, you know, the finishings and stuff up there, and then from there, like after I refine it, if it really seems like it's something that I want to like turn into an art sketch print, or work it up into like a poster or something, color it or anything like that. You know, we'll see how that goes from there. But yeah, there it is. You know, there's another art stream with me, and I hope everybody has a great day out there. You know, don't take things too serious, but don't forget to take the things that need to be taken serious, right? That's a tagline. Anyway, we're done. All right, catch you later, guys. And we'll see you Monday. I'm gonna be here Monday for this. All right.